Welcome back to the channel. So we're headed into the shop. We got a new car getting dropped off, but before I go and show you what new car's getting dropped off, I wanted to remind you guys that this is the last week before the week of giveaways. So if you're not a subscriber, make sure you click that subscribe button because you're gonna want to get some of the stuff we got. So I'm headed to the shop. We're gonna load a new car. Let's get to it. You're watching the Vasco Speed and Performance YouTube channel. So this is Dalton's 1970 Chevelle. It's a pretty cool car because it's naturally aspirated. It's got a big block in it, and he does a lot of drag and drives with it. So we built a belly pan for this a while back. So if you have a Chevelle and you need a belly pan, we actually have them on our website because of this car. But he's brought his car and he's wanting us to do some 4-inch oval exhaust. So we've got these pieces on here. Braden's working on this thing. So let's go check out what Braden's working on. All right, Braden, what you working on here?
I am getting some nice square reference lines, you could say.
So one thing Braden did is he measured, so we've got these blocks here and here, and he went and measured on the car from outside edge to outside edge, and it's 25 inches. So he set his blocks up at 25 inches on the fab table, and we went ahead and opted to get this thing pre-made. Ideally, we probably could have just made it ourselves, but we thought it might be a little quicker. Hindsight 2020, we probably should have just made it because it's not really square. But whenever you bend a tube, you actually end up stretching it. So you'll notice as this side is somewhat square, and then you'll come over to this side and you'll see that is nowhere near square because you are squishing metal over here and you're stretching metal over here. So naturally, you're gonna have extra metal here and too little metal here. That's why it does that. And it also has some wonderful ovals to it that we're gonna have to try and get to make it more oval than that. So that's kind of what you deal with whenever you get oval exhaust. It's just not going to be perfect like round, but it is what it is. So, but Braden's working on coming up with this X to mount to these 45s so that he can get them connected to the end of the headers. So I'm gonna let him go set up the time lapse, and you guys can see how this process goes. Let's go. Alrighty, we got Dalton Chevelle all knocked out. This thing is a beautiful car. We went with 4-inch oval exhaust from stainless headers. It goes from his headers 4-inch round to oval, and then it goes back to an X, and then it goes back to some mufflers and then dumps. When we dropped the car off, I noticed that the battery cable was melted on the header, so we went ahead and fixed that. But it turns out that the starter is bad, so I don't get to give you guys a sound of how it's supposed to sound. So kind of sucks because it was a little bit, we were really excited to hear this thing, but it is what it is. So Dalton's going to get a new starter for it, and then hopefully he'll end up bringing it back sometime. We'll get to hear where this exhaust sounds. Well, here it is. You guys might have guessed it from my hint in the video, but we are giving away a 76mm precision turbo. So let's open this thing up and see how this bad boy looks.
at that thing.
So here it is, the Friday giveaway. We're giving away a brand new Precision 76mm turbo with a .96 AR. This turbo works great with a 5.3. So if you guys don't have a turbo and you need one, make sure you subscribe. So next week we're going to be giving away something Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and this is our Friday giveaway. So make sure you subscribe. If you're a subscriber, you're automatically entered. We're not going to do any crazy, you don't have to buy nothing. It's just, hey, we're just trying to give back, trying to grow the channel. So I would not be able to do this without my buddy Justin out of Joplin, Missouri. He owns Baron Racing. So if you guys need any hot rod parts, make sure you hit up Justin at Baron Racing out of Joplin, Missouri, and then get you taken care of. So I really, really can't wait to see who the winner is for this, and we appreciate everybody coming by the channel and watching. So again, if you don't subscribe, make sure you subscribe, because if you're not subscribed, you don't gonna win it. So we went ahead and got all the cage knocked out on George's car. NHRA came out and gave me the sticker of approval. So that's done. We're asking him if he wanted to do anything else. He wants us to add an roll bar to this, and he also wants us to go ahead and there's something else there. Oh, there's a back brace on the rear end that he wants us to put on. So we're going to pull the rear end out. We're going to put a back brace on it and all that stuff, so we will document that process on this car. So we've got the 77 Firebird up in the air, and it's got the Smith Racecraft front end on it, and the customer wants us to make a belly pan for it. So we are going to design a belly pan for a Smith Racecraft on a 77 Firebird F-body. So let's get to designing this thing. I'm here in the office and I am 3D printing something. I'm gonna turn the camera around. You guys are gonna see what's making in the printer, and I want you guys to guess and see if you can figure it out. And at the end of this episode, I'm going to release what it actually is. So let's see what this thing looks like. Okay, here it is. It's about probably halfway through, so any guesses to what we're making? A little update on the Polara. So Travis has got the cage dropped out, everything fully welded on the top, including the bottom sides of it, pushed back up in the car, and now it's back in. And his little saddle things that he did worked out perfect to help align everything back up in there.
No guesswork.
No guesswork. Heck yeah. But got the driver enclosure done, got the dash bars that go through the dash out to the engine bay. Those are done. Yeah, it's looking really, really good though. Yeah. Travis cut all these fender oils out because the customer went to coilover suspension and got rid of the torsion bars on it. Yeah. Now this halo and driver enclosure area looks really, really big, but it's because we have a massive enclosure seat that he's got to work around. So, but you know, making pretty good progress. So once we get this done, he's got to weld these door bars in and weld the rockers in and finish welding some of this stuff in. Once that's all welded, then he can literally start working on some bars in the back. We've got to X the doors, we've got to X the roof. I think that's about it, right?
I think it's for 25.
Oh yeah, just a diagonal on the roof.
Yep, sore.
Xing the doors. And I think that's maybe a gusset. There might have to, well, depending on where you put it, you might have to put a gusset in here.
Two's here because we split this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So anytime, if this bar is one piece, you don't have to add a gusset. But if you do it like this, where you come up and you have a dash bar like this, you have to add a gusset in here and a gusset here, right?
Yep. Up and down.
Yeah, up and down. And then on your X is supposed to go from the corner here through this bar to here. And if it doesn't land here also, say you come down here, that's when you have to add a gusset also. So just a little roll cage tips. So I'll let Travis get back to doing
Just
some
the
welding.
tip.
Just the tip. Okay. Well, have fun, Travis.
Okay.
So Travis has gotten a lot done. So the whole driver enclosure is done, all fully welded. The roof X is done. The gussets in the corners are done. The back bars are done. The floor is silicone bronzed, done. The rocker bars are done. The dash is done. He's got a little bit of welding over there doing that bar. He's working on the X's now. Underneath, he's pretty much got everything done. It just needs to be welded. All the tops is welded, but the bottoms need to get welded. So we're making really good progress on this. He's got to make a transmission cross member. Got to make the front connect up there. We got to make some bars go from here back to there and cut out that part. But it's coming along really, really good. So how excited are you, Travis?
Super excited.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
9.5.
9.5. That's pretty good. I'll let you get back to it, Travis.
Okay.
Okay, for everybody that was guessing on what the tool we are 3D printing is, here it is. This is it. So this is actually the second design. The first one, let me show you where I messed up. This is the first design. When I was doing this one, I decided it would be easier to print it this way rather than this way. When I was printing it, it got to this point and I had the printer stop so that I could insert a nut into there. However, when the printer's going, it would have hit this. So I had to change my thought process and how we do it. So we came up with this, and the printer actually stops where this line is at. You put the nut in, and then you just continue the print, and then now you have a nut encased in your print. So this hole up here is for digital angle finder. So you stick your digital angle finder in, like so. Then you slide this on your tube, tighten it down, and you can actually find where you're at when you're gonna go bend a tube. And then if you need to take it out, I left a hole in the back so you can push the one out. Pretty cool little tool. These are actually live on the website now, so if you want one, we're gonna make them in different sizes for different size tubing. This is for 1 5/8, and the 1 5/8 in the rule book. So when I say rule book, whenever you're building a cage, 1 5/8 is red. So we're gonna make everything that is 1 5/8 red, so it's quick and easy to pick up. And then 1 1/2 will be yellow, 1 1/4 will be blue, and then we never use 1 1/8 really, so inch will be brown, and then I think we got some of this light blue for 3/4. So, but that's what we're going to work on, making some of these and putting these up on the website. So if you're interested in one of these it is actually live on the website now, so make sure you check it out at vascospeed.com. Okay, so our 5-day giveaway starts Monday the 27th. So Monday we're going to give away some shirts, a hat, and one of those Milwaukee tape measures. Tuesday, we're going to give away the laser level. Wednesday, we're going to give away a Motion Raceworks catch can. Thursday, we're giving away a Motion Raceworks shifter with a Turbo 400 or a Power Glide, whichever one you choose. It doesn't actually have the gold handle on it. You'll get the black handle, but Motion Raceworks shifter. And then on Friday, you're going to get the Precision 76mm turbo with a .96 AR. Only thing you have to do is you have to be a subscriber to win. So if you're not a subscriber, make sure you subscribe because you can miss out on all this stuff. So I've been wanting to see this for a really, really long time, and the stars just haven't lined up, and I found out that it's going to be in Kansas City today, and I said, you know what, I'm going to make a point to do that. Life's short. I don't want to miss it again. I'm not saying it won't ever come around again, but it's just something I've always wanted to do, and I figured why not bring you guys along with me. So we're going to take a little road trip downtown Kansas City. You guys are coming for the ride, and we're going to go see something pretty cool. So any guesses? Well, here it is, the Union Pacific Big Boy Steam Locomotive. I've wanted to see this thing for so many years and I've always missed it. My timeline just hasn't matched up, but finally I was able to make it down to our local Union station and see this thing in person. Wow, what a piece of machinery. This thing weighs in at 1.2 million pounds. It's the last existing train like this in the world. So I'm a big fan of bomb pops. So I got some in the fridge here. And Travis had never had a bomb pop till the other day. And so he tried one the other day.
I had poor parents.
He thought they were those really crappy ones that, the Kool-Aid ones that you have to freeze. Those aren't that good. Bomb pops are actually pretty good. But this one is a different one that he's tried.
God damn.
The other ones were nerd flavored.
This is a tasty bomb pop.
So I just stuck it over here on this car, and he looked around. He's like, "Where'd this come from?" He's like, "I might as well eat it." So yeah, summertime means bomb pop time. That was just the blue. Wait till I get to the pink.
Pretty good shit.
Travis heard Braden said, "Do you think you can get all the way to the green?" Well, that's going to do it for this episode. So if you are not a subscriber, make sure you click that subscribe button. If you don't subscribe, you're not entered to win. I'm going to repeat that. If you're not a subscriber, you are not entered to win. All you have to do. Subscribing is totally free. Doesn't cost you anything. You just go onto YouTube, click subscribe, boom, done. Simple as that. Pretty easy. Every day, Monday through Friday, at noon, we're going to go live on YouTube and we're going to announce the winners. So make sure you subscribe and make sure you tune in next week. That being said, we'll catch you on the next one. Fast go speed.